We're going to have another presentation this morning from one of our international visitors. He's international via California. He's Nobu Morita, who is the Director of Innovations and founding member of NEC. That's a subsidiary of the huge Japanese electronics corporation, NEC. And Nobu is based in Silicon Valley, where he runs the venture studio. Nobu leads in startup incubation and accelerator programs for NEC, where he provides hands-on support to early stage tech companies. So, Nobu, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Is this the control?
Yes. Green is the advance.
Okay.
And this is a pointer.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, thank you for having me. Let me start with my introductions. Again, my name is Nobu Morita. I have several roles at multiple organizations, but the main job is right now is a venture building at the NECX, which is the NEC, which is a venture studios based in Silicon Valley. But based on my career and experience, I also do some like the startup mentoring roles, and also like the angel investing. For example, like the Sanghae Angels is one of the Silicon Valley's oldest like the angel groups. That's where I belong to, and I also like belong to a couple more. And also like doing some role at the Techsters as a mentor. And some of like the activities I also related to the Hawaii venture ecosystem is that I recently signed up for the mentor position for the Blue Startups / the JETRO program. JETRO is a Japanese trade organizations. They're helping the Japanese startups, and especially for the Hawaii, they're focusing on the clean tech to bring the Japanese startups to the Hawaii and the United States. And so they're just started the program, and so that's where I'm supporting them. And the last one also in 2019, I and other friends started the startup supporting institute called the Island Innovation Demo Day. And so since then, we invited startups, investors from both Hawaii and Japan, and trying to connect them. And we're able to have some like the Hawaii startups to raise money from Japanese investors, and also brought Japanese startups to run a trial, like a POC based in Hawaii, because I know the Hawaii would be, well, there's people talking about having Hawaii as a POC destination for the foreign startups. So that's what we've been working on. And so, but today I'm more like talking about what we are doing here in the United States and Hawaii. So why am I here? Because this year I led the partnership with the Thrive by SVG Ventures. You notice that the Thrive is on the top of this event. So the NECX, again, is the venture studio based in Palo Alto, California. We started focusing on Agritech and food tech space because we see some opportunities and the challenges in the industry. Our expertise more like the software, AI and ML, the sensing and the networking. That's what our NEC is the specialized for. And we see that the agriculture space is still behind in a digital transformation as compared to other industries. And so that's why we found that maybe we can contribute in a space and accelerate the digital transformation, especially this market sector is accounted for the quarter of the carbon emissions for the entire the emission. But so if we need more innovation, and the software should be able to contribute to reduce the carbon emission or even like a surplus. And so that's what we have started this year. So maybe the next, I'm going to talk about more about what NECX is. Maybe some of the people here are still questioning what a venture studio is and what we are doing exactly. NECX, again, is backed by NEC, which is the Japanese electronics companies. But we are based in the Silicon Valley, and we are not a typical corporate incubation company. And more like we work with external entrepreneurs and invite external investors, and working with incubation partners like even like a Flibe and other startup accelerators, maybe even like a Blue startups. It's not just that within the NEC, but NECX is more like a venture building together with the outside entrepreneurs. So we call the entrepreneurs the EIR, entrepreneur in residence. So they work within the NECX for a certain time period to cultivate some other ideas. And using NEC technologies, we also provide funding. And then we invite external investors to fund them once we identify the market opportunities within that incubation time period. More about the details about the process. So again, so we provide NEC's technology we call the tech seed, or we start with the market insight or ideas brought by entrepreneurs. Then we go into the customer discovery, which is more like an intensive customer interview process. And we wanted to identify who exactly the customers, what the problems are, and trying to find the problem solution fit. Then without the building or without putting too much resource in the time. So that's why the customer discovery is typically 2 to 3 months. And within a short time period, we identify the market opportunities or maybe the customer needs the problem. Then we go into the customer validation process, which runs typically 6 to 9 months. And so during the customer validation process, we start building the product and infusing NEC's AI or sensing technologies and identify the customers, hopefully like identify the paying customers. Then we be preparing to launch the companies. So this is the details of process. And so what we provide again, what is unique about NECX? There are incubation companies, accelerators. Some folks call themselves also, of course, a venture studio. But what is unique about NECX is access to the NEC's technologies. NEC is a tech company. We have a global research labs, 8 labs all over the world, thousands of the top researchers. So that's so we find a technology match to support or even accelerate the startups product. And we have also like 100,000 employees all over the world. So we will find the right person from the NEC group, even maybe outside of NEC group, to support the startups and entrepreneurs. So those are like the support is really the key unique points for us. Of course, we provide funding and not just the human or the technology resources. And so that's how the the program is structured. This is the lab network that we have, and 2 labs in the United States, the one in Europe, Israel, India, and Singapore, and China and Japan, mainly around the AI, machine learning, computer vision, NLP slash LLM, large language model. We recently announced the NEC's LLM back in July, which requires much smaller computation footprint and as compared to the ChatGPT or OpenAI or other LLM models. So then you can even run the LLM like a ChatGPT thing on your laptop if you have a 1 GPU. So that's something like a special technology that we recently built and announced. But anyway, we have a huge resource in the technology side, and that's what makes us unique to the entrepreneurs. More details, just that we have kind of 2 different tracks. Ignite is just a pure venture studio model, meaning that we working with entrepreneurs, building the venture from the ground. But we also work with the existing startups. That's what we call the Boost program. And so we're trying to find technology fit. So then we provide, we come in and providing the funding together with the technologies and licensing. So then the idea is more like boosting the startups, the business by infusing NEC's technology. So far, we work with the companies or the universities, or even like academias, venture capitals, and we have like a 5,000 plus EIR pool. And so far, now of course it's a kind of funnel. Not all the projects become successful, but so far we announced that 10 startups launch. One of them actually more like an internal project, meaning like a spin-in. But since 2018, we have launched 10 companies, and we have more in our pipeline. And I'm going to talk about some of like an example, especially in Agritech space. But this is some of like the startups we have. Some of them announced, some of them are not yet, actually. Of course, oops. Because we have some companies, Agritech, Aquatech, and the 2 of them are already launched, while one of them is still like preparing to launch. And the public safety is actually one of the strongest of the NECs. We have the global footprint even in the United States, so that's why the 2 of those companies using NEC's wireless technologies to sensing like the criminals or even like the law enforcement or the first responders. And so that's what they're doing. And the marketing is another sweet spot for us because especially the LLM like a large language model, such a thing. Those are also like what the NEC is focusing on in terms of the technology. But the language model is very a good fit with the marketing applications. And so we use like more like the semantic NLP technologies or large language model to understand what are people talking about in a market, even like a social media, and try to sense for the marketers. If you're marketers for a certain product, you want to understand what are people talking about day to day. And if someone like complains about something, you want to react on that one, or even like a prediction. The one thing unique about the recent trend is more like the social backlash, meaning like the people, all the brands use the social media for the advertisement, but sometimes other people hate it. And that's something like the brands wanted to predict, but using our NLP semantic technologies, that's what that we are trying to avoid. And other companies, the prediction, the productivity areas, AI code review, or like the other one is for the real estate matching process. We're trying to automate some of the process using our AI technologies. Lastly, the creator economy is kind of something interesting. Of course, it's growing, and so that's that we are also looking at, trying to provide the generative AI to generate some like contents, even like of course more like analyzing the consumer, well, the followers' activities, and so that's what we are doing overall. So for the next, from now on, I want to more talk about what we are doing in an agriculture space. Of course, everybody here is aware, industry is facing, or we are facing the challenges, and the population is growing fast, and that result in the more demand on the water and the food, and that result, of course, more carbon emissions. And so in the next, it's saying that 2050, in the next 27 years, which most of us will likely alive, or at least our children are. And so it is important to think about how we can solve that issues, especially increase the food productions, and at the same time we have to optimize input like a fertilizer and water, even like other electricity and so on. And most importantly, like I said, the agriculture space accounted for 24% of carbon emission. So as we grow the productions, and we likely increase the carbon emission, but we have to think about how we can suppress it. So those are the challenges, of course, we have, and that we believe that we cannot solve that just the linear. Well, we need some like innovation, or it's not. Everybody's in the industry is working on those issues, but like we need some like a non-linear solution. So that's why we wanted to bring our software AI technology into this, or digitalization technologies in this space. Just wanted to introduce maybe a couple of NEC Agritech startups. And the one is, lastly, I'm going to introduce about NEC's the farming, smart farming software. And one is a Agritech. So they use the computer vision and robotics technology. They added them on the existing tractors to automate the farming tasks. For example, like in this case, the pruning vines. And they're also looking at the harvesting the grains, and those are very labor intensive. But by automating those like tasks at the grape growers, they are able to cut 90% of the labor cost, which is great because especially during the pandemic, they're struggling to find the right labor, and so that's why they're able to find many of like the grape growers, and now they raise the seed funding from the notable AI VCs, or the agriculture space of VC, and so that's sort of one thing. And the second thing is they're working on the prediction tool for food buyers. And especially right now, the Molten Valley, and due to the climate changes, it is very unpredictable for the buyers to source the crops. And so they're building the software for the buyers to find the right, the sourcing, the crop sourcing farmers and the seasons, etc. So that's So they're starting with the molten valley, and so then the maltsters can sustainably provide the malts to the breweries. Right now, there's sometimes like has to pay like a 40% extra sourcing cost because of like a last minute sourcing and due to the climate change and so on. But they're trying to solve that is also like the climate the issues driven by the climate changes. And the last one, this is NEC's the smart farming product called CropScope, and this is like an in-house product that we eventually established a joint venture together with a partner, mainly for the tomato farming. What we do is using various like the input data. We have a proprietary the AI engine to suggest the fertilizer input, irrigation input, so they're able to increase the yield by 30%, at the same time to reduce the nitrogen input by 20%. So that's the crop scope, and that's the last slide I have. But anyway, yeah. So I have multiple roles, but very passionate about bringing the digital transformation technology in this sector, and I'm happy to meet any entrepreneurs, investors, potential partners in this space. So here's my LinkedIn, and so reach out to me anytime. Thank you.